This makes me so happy. Hello from the jungle! As you can see from the title of this video, today we are repotting plants. And it makes me so happy to be just surrounded by all these plants, because I think a bit over a year ago I was struggling to keep one plant alive, and now look at this, all my babies, they've grown so much and they all have a story. And most of the reason why I'm doing this video now is because of this guy. Which is a basil plant that I got from Tesco and was about maybe this size, and now it even got flowers. None of these plants, none of my plants that are not supposed to be like flowering plants ever flowered, and that means it's flourishing and it's happy. And I'm happy they're happy because they're my babies. So today we're gonna repot them because it's spring, summerish, it's more like summer. So it's a nice time to repot your plants if you haven't done for a long time like I did. Some of the plants don't require you to repot them every year. Some of them can last for a few years or even more. But these are all the plants that I'm planning to repot, apart from this guy, which I'm just gonna propagate. But we'll get to that later. So let's start with something. So, say hello to my assistant as well. He doesn't really help in repotting plants, but he helped me in motivating to repot them because he likes to eat the ones that are not properly potted. So that's why I have to be careful with this guy, because he just enjoys nibbling on my plants. Simba, hey, hey, I have something to do here, hey. So first thing first, I'm just gonna tie my hair because this is gonna be messy. Another part of why I'm doing this video is that I only have a limited quantity of bowls and plates, and they're all used up by my plants at the moment, so that's not good. So this is my basil plant. As I said, I got it from Tesco. It was a baby, now it's huge, and I've heard that it tends to go brown because there are multiple plants in the same pot, which is like a teeny tiny plant pot. So you need to kind of separate them in order for them not to fight over the amount of soil they have. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna choose like a huge plant pot, but I'm definitely gonna size up. Should I go for this? This for some reason doesn't not seem as big as this guy needs, so I think I'm gonna do this one instead. Okay. So this is the tricky part when I'm scared of not killing any of my plants by repotting them. And then we need to take it out of the current soil. Press on the sides. And at one point it's supposed to like come out easily. So when you can see like all the brown leaves that are falling now. Which is fine. We do have a healthy plant. It's normal to have a few brown leaves. I think I got it. Wow, this guy has a big root system. Look at that. It smells awesome now. Okay, so what I want to do, I don't think I'll be able to spread this. It's impossible. They're just too well rounded. Oh, and I'm also gonna add a bit of perlite. Let's add a handful of this. Okay. So there's that. We are now going to water it a bit with my beautiful water can from TK Maxx. Just make sure we water it, sort of distribute it evenly. Not a lot because I don't want to drain him. And basil is supposed to be watered from the bottom, but this is just to distribute the soil evenly. One baby is done! So that's one done. And now, because I need to make some space here, I'm actually gonna do my Monstera deliciosa, which has grown so much. So as you can see, she needs repotting, and this is kind of a tiny container for her. So, oh, she can't really stand. So it's either this one, and I think I'll go for this one because it's a bit smaller than this one, because it has the, so this is basically where you water it, and it has like drainage holes so the plant can just absorb the moisture from there. I am actually going to use a combination of 1 part peat moss or coco-coir, 1 part perlite, and 4 parts bark fines. And for the bark fines, I'm actually going to use orchid mix because I've heard that's alright as well. So let's get our pot. So mix it as thoroughly as you can. That's why I'm using this normal spoon, because it's quite heavy. It's not gonna bend or anything. So I'm just like getting deep in there. And when I feel like it's fine, I'm just gonna dig a hole when my Monstera is gonna go. And now let's try to take her off here. I mean, taking her off, it's easy, but I just don't want to destroy the roots that she's outgrown here. I think I'm just gonna cut the pot that she's in now. You need to be really careful with your plants because you can damage them more by trying to make them good. Just look at that! Look at those roots! Oh my god, that's so beautiful! Okay, and now easy with the roots. Easy with the roots. Alright! Now I'm just gonna massage it so that she spreads her roots a little bit. Come on, girl. You go there in your new hole. Yep. And now I'm gonna add the remaining soil just to cover up everything that she already had. And I'm also gonna add a few sticks so that she can try to climb up instead of just all over the place. And I think that's it. I think that is it, for now at least. It looks nice, doesn't it? It looks better than before. Let's give it a water as well, so the soil integrates. So let's put her back in her room. It's Billy. You can't even see him in the frame, but he's pretty big. And Billy was our first plant when we moved into this flat. And we got him from IKEA. He was super tiny. He was like maybe about the size of his stock now. Oh no, he was actually about this size because he had like one of these rings. And Billy is like the strongest plant we own, because there were times where we would just forget to water him at all for like weeks, and times where I would be like super conscious and like water him too much. He never died. He never had one yellow leaf. He was always like the most resilient plant I have ever seen in my life. And I haven't potted Billy for about 2 years. So I think it's time for him to outgrow his little pot. He doesn't have any roots coming out of his pot, so I'm thinking, I'm gonna repot it. I know it doesn't have roots coming out of it, but I'm gonna repot it, and I'm gonna pot the other one in his container here. And I have another bamboo here. That's Billy's new friend that I actually rescued from a bouquet of flowers. So they've actually put a real bamboo into a bouquet of flowers, which I thought was so wasteful and so unnecessary. And I mean, I know that bouquets are just like, they're all wasteful because you just cut the plants, it's never gonna grow back. But with a bamboo, it takes years to grow to like this size, imagine. And they just cut it and put it in a bouquet. I mean, I don't know, it kind of affected me, so I thought, okay, I'm gonna try to rescue this guy. He had no roots whatsoever. I just pot him in a glass of water. I just said, if it's gonna grow, alright, if not, that's it. It was gonna go to waste anyways. But look at his root system now. It's huge. I mean, it's been here for a few months. Since Christmas, I think. Because it was like one of these Christmas bouquets. And he's grown, and I want to pot him in actual soil at the moment, so that's what I'm gonna do. So, okay, Let's try to get Billy out of here because he's a bit wet. And I really don't want to harm him because he's my favorite. This mix of soil, I'm just gonna add the orchids things because I think they retain water. They're kind of perfect for balloons as well, or at least in my opinion. I mean, it's gonna take a while for him to adapt to this new environment and spread his roots, and then he's just gonna stay put. Okay, this for a while and see how he likes it, and then I'm gonna see. Let's put him back. I have really big ones, but not like medium ones. Okay, let's go shopping. So that was a very successful shopping trip. I got the saucers, I got the small plant pots, and I also got this baby for the mint that I'm gonna repot the mint in. I want to get rid of this Monstera because, I mean, not get rid of it, but like get rid of it today because it's just huge. But I don't want to cut it. I don't want to repot it. I just want to, oh, actually, let me check but I'm not gonna repot it anyways. I just want to propagate it. So, how are you supposed to propagate this? Is to find a big branch like the one that I have, and find cut it from a place where it has at least 2 nodes. So something like this, something like this. It has another one here. I think I'm gonna cut it from this side. I don't think that's, I mean, that might be a node as well. You're supposed to cut it with a really sharp knife, so I'm gonna grab a knife as well. So I've got a knife. It's not extremely sharp because none of my knives are, but I'm gonna cut like right above the node. Make sure you don't cut yourself. Try to do as clean of a cut as possible. And there you go. Now, I need to grab, oh, I could actually put it in the same. So I'm gonna take off this leaf and also this because Simba ate it. I'm just gonna cut it. That gives me a bit more space. This is what I'm oh, and this one as well because Simba ate it as well. And that gives me a bit more space to put this in water. So let's put it aside for now. Let's put my Monstera back. That is now not so long anymore, and Simba's not gonna eat it anymore. So if we're gonna need that container for our Monstera, let's repot this guy then. Look at this root system, it's so beautiful. Okay, so let's repot it where this one was. And I'm gonna use the orchid mix again. And I'm gonna pop him in the same pot that Billy was in. There you go, buddy. I'm gonna put him, I don't know where yet, but he's now a big boy. Lovely. Okay, we now have a bit more space. So let me clean this up and refill it with water so we can put the Monstera in there. Okay, so we've got the bottle, we've got the cutting. We're gonna simply insert it. Oh no, it doesn't stay. Oh, okay, we're gonna just push it a little bit. And that's it, we're just gonna put it by the window. So, I think this is gonna be like one of the longest videos on my channel simply because I've been filming for like 2 hours on and off, and I still have like half of the plants to repot, so let's stop talking and start doing. So, let's plant the thyme now. I'm gonna pop this baby back. We're gonna do the babies at the end because they're just tiny. Let's get rid of this. So, as you can see, my thyme is not extremely happy. I don't know why. He's not. So we're gonna pop him into this bigger one. And I also kind of want to like lift him because he's supposed to grow outwards, not inwards. Yeah, so he's proper dry. Let me try to lose. No, we're gonna break them. Okay. Let's make a pot. Now I don't know if this is gonna last or not. I'm not at all a plant expert. I've just passed my not killing plants course, so I'm like a beginner that knows a bit more than a super beginner. So let's put it by the window. So let's do the mint. The mint, I don't know if it's healthy or not. It's grown these branches that are more like brown than green, and it's really like expanded. For the mint, again, we're just gonna use regular soil, just multi-purpose soil. So I'm gonna put a little bit of that in there. This is so cute. It looks so much better than the previous pot. The plants look happier as well. It's like, you know, when you find that right shoe that just fits you perfectly and you're like, oh my god, how have I worn all these not fitting shoes all the time? This is how I feel like these plants feel right now. They're like, oh my god, I've been in a wrong pot for the whole life. Now I found a good sized pot and I'm happy. Or at least that's how I want them to feel like. Because I'm putting some effort in here. So that is our mint. We're gonna water in a second. So because this video is already like enormous, I'm just gonna pot these other plants in a time lapse because it's gonna take a while, and then I'm gonna do a nice montage and show you everything. So before I do that, for the peperomia, I'm gonna do a mix of 50-50 peat moss and perlite. And for the 2 calatheas that I have, or calatheas, I'm gonna do a 50% potting soil, 20% orchid bark, 20% charcoal, which I do not have, and 10% perlite. And for the little ficus, the Ficus Elastica, I'm gonna use 1 part potting soil, 1 part bark, and 1 part perlite, in case anyone has lasted this whole time and is interested of the potting mixes that I will use. So I hope you liked my video. If you did, please subscribe if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, and I will try to do some more plant videos. I mean, I would say that I would try to do some more plant videos, but the fact is I'm learning as well and I don't really have anything else to film. But if you're interested in anything plant related, feel free to leave it in the comments below and I'll try to film anything you'd be interested in, because that's the whole point of my channel. So yeah, I hope you liked this video and I'll see you next time. Bye!